What is up, everybody? What's going on? Jersey here with windowcleaner.com. And what's going on? Welcome to the morning meeting. Monday morning. It's great. It's great. You want to know why it's great? It's because it's going to be 71 degrees here. That's why it's great. I'm sorry for everybody who doesn't live in the South where we're getting a little bit of a warm patch, warm spell, whatever the thing is. It's going to be awesome. 71. I'm not going to enjoy it because I'm here, of course, in my office, which is very, very messy, by the way. You're seeing behind my desk. I'm not used to, there's like a recording area, and then there's, anyway. So what's up? What is going on? Today I wanted to talk a little bit about employees because the weather's changing. Things are starting to go a little, gangbusters, if you will. It's starting to kind of feel like the new year. I want to talk about employees. And I want to talk about if you think anybody can do what we do. Because, truthfully, sorry, my nose is really crooked today. But truthfully, anybody can do what we do, technically. I mean, as long as you have some working arms and legs, you can do what we do. Like as window cleaning, pressure washing, even carpet cleaning, janitorial, all the stuff that we do in a service company, it's not that hard. But can everybody do it? Comment down below your thoughts. But I don't think they can. And I'll tell you, so I've had about 15 years of hiring people for my own company, and I'm going to give you my thoughts on it. And what's up, by the way? Kevin just said it's cold out here waiting on a customer to show up. So I'm glad I could at least fill your time. I'm sorry that it's cold out here. Then don't listen to what the temperature is. Sorry. But throughout the years, when I started my company, I thought, all I need is somebody to be with me. My first employee ever was like a friend. So we kind of like hung out, and it was, relaxed, and it just clean a window, like figure it out. Then we got into pressure washing. It was like, spray the stuff. Like, let's figure it out. But here's the thing, and I'm going to tell you this, and you guys will probably, write angry stuff. That's cool. Do your thing. But I feel like it's a generational thing. And I'm not old. Well, at least I don't think I am, but my kids do, right? But I feel like some of the younger people now are getting degrees because they have an idea. They're borrowing money for a job that doesn't exist in an industry that's not going to hire them, okay? So then we end up getting them in ours as like a default. People who wanted to work indoors. They wanted to work in an office. They wanted to, study paleontology or something. But then what happens is they can't get a job in the market because that specific job, when somebody told every single kid out there that you're the best, you can do whatever you want. And then they find out that there's not really a market for paleontology, or there's not a ton of jobs out there. I want to train whales. I want to be a dolphin trainer. That's cool. That's shoot high, man. But guess what? You know how many jobs there are in the country for people to train dolphins? Not that much. So a lot of those people then come into our industry because they're like, you know what? I'm so sick of the rigmarole. I'm working at these jobs I don't like anyway. I want to work outside because I love outside. No. You like playing outside. You like the idea of outside. You like not being trapped inside, but you don't want to work outside. Working outside means cold, hot, bugs, humidity, wind, wasps, bees, there's so many things. I mean, I remember taking pictures. This is years ago. I'm going to see if I can find it and pop it up. But I got into some windows that were on a lake, and I'm water feeding these ground level stuff. So I'm holding real close, and there were spider sacs, but the babies were in them. So as I'm like cleaning, it opens them up, and there's spiders all over me. And I got like red bumps, which I can only assume were from spider bites. I don't know. But that's outside. So not everybody can do what we do. So the problem is when you're hiring, you think every time you hire somebody that when they say the right things in the interview, they write the right things down on their resume, they had the best experience before, and they just seem like genuine nice people, that they can do what we do. But it takes a very special person to actually do what we do. And I'm not saying it's hard. I'm saying it takes a special person. And that's why when you go to an industry event, you can see all the different people. You can see all the people and go, that's a pressure washer, or that's a window cleaner, or even better, you can say, that's a high-rise guy. I know a high-rise guy If you put a room of 50 people and tell me there's one guy in there is a high-rise guy, I could pick him out. Right? It takes a special person to kind of do what we do. So when you're hiring, you can't just hire and be like, you know what, I got a guy. That's great. Let's close it up and we're good for years. No, because they're not going to necessarily do what you think they're going to do. They will maybe find something else. Maybe they are trying to get into paleontology. Well, now guess what? They get a job in paleontology and now you're SOL, right? So what you need to do is always be hiring. And that sounds really weird. I'll get into that in a second. But if you haven't, go to my Facebook page that this is being posted on and thumbs up, like, follow, whatever. I appreciate that. But if you are not always hiring, what happens is, think about this. When somebody leaves, say they leave in the middle of April, May, right? Busy season. What happens is now all of a sudden they leave. Your SOL for at least a day or two before you can even get that ad popped up and get people in just to interview. 2 days, you lost a guy. Now you get somebody in, you quick do these interviews, you push it through. You don't know who the people are, if they're right or they're wrong. Now all of a sudden you get somebody in. What we did is we always did a week-ish of training before we then offered the person kind of come on full time with us, because you want to see if they work out. So now after just an instant, the shortest time possible, a week. Now you're a week and 2 days in, you got somebody. They don't know what they're doing. They're not going to necessarily be fast. There's not always can you find somebody who's done window cleaning and pressure washing before that is now wants to do it, right? So now you're a week and 2 days in, you still aren't getting production out of a guy. They're going to continue to train, and it's going to be weeks before they get up to par. So always hiring means you always have the people through the interview process. You always have that first batch done. You always have those resumes. You're always doing things and saying, hey, you know what? I have 3 to 5 people that I've screened and said, this is awesome. So that if something happens, I can call them up and say, hey, Kevin Ray Johnson, what's up, man? This is Jersey from XYZ. Hey, we just had somebody leave, and we'd love to have you come in. Can you start tomorrow? Has your job search? A lot of times when they've already gone through with what they did, sometimes they have jobs, but a lot of times they don't. Or they're not happy, or they thought that you were the job that got away, or whatever. And it's very, very common for, 4 of the 5 people that are still available. Yeah, heck yeah, I can come in. Great. Well, let's start you tomorrow and see where this goes. Then you get them in, you've skipped the front 2 days and you got somebody in right away. That's always be hiring. ABH. It's just like always be closing. You should always be selling yourself and your business, but you should always be hiring. Because again, the people that we're hiring, not everybody can do what we do. They just can't. I don't think that me cleaning bird poop off a window is anything too hard for somebody else to do. It's not. But working fast, look at how fast we need to work to be effective, to be efficient. We have to work super fast. Somebody to have hustle 8 hours of the day is very hard. And it seems to be getting harder every single day because Amazon's out there hiring people at $16, $17 an hour to pull stuff off a shelf. Yeah, you have to work probably fast there too, but that's what you're doing. You're in a climate-controlled box, pulling items off a shelf and making more than I can offer you to start. That shrinks our pool down even more. So always be hiring. Always be looking for a good employee. And I always say too, when you're hiring people, it's like a big net, right? Throwing out a net, maybe out of every 10 people you hire, you're going to get 1 superstar. If you are not on those ratios, you're doing something, you're getting very, very lucky in my opinion. Because I've hired people, literally, best interview I ever had. The guy did not last more than a full day. Like he just was right. I'm like, man, this guy is going to go, this is perfect for our company. Perfect. An hour in, you realize he's never worked outside. The ladder was too heavy for him to carry. He didn't want to wreck his shoulder or arm or something, he said. That's weird because that's what we do. If you're trying to use this stuff, you kind of have to go. He didn't want to put his hand in a gutter. We have gloves on the truck just so you don't get all gross if you're running without a vac. He didn't want to do that. It was like, okay, you're an hour in and you've already said that there's like 3 things you don't want to do. Like this just isn't for you. I'm not going to step over eggshells to keep you on. It's just not worth it. So hiring people's hard. But that's why you make the big bucks, right? Not this time of year, of course, but anyway. So always be hiring. Just keep an eye out for that. Yeah, go do that. My number's on the screen too, by the way. We just do a little blurb every Monday and Wednesday. Thoughts, if you guys have any thoughts, put them out there. Make sure to follow us on Facebook. It is the WCR Nation, the window cleaning podcast. And check out Nation, of course, because WCR Nation comes out every single week. It's a 30-minute podcast you can listen to anywhere podcasts are available. Last week was love-hate relationship with roof cleaning. So, yeah, go do that. We have a ton of interviews coming up, too, so it's always fun to talk with other people. You'll see a bunch of stuff coming up on that one, too. So definitely check that out. And, yeah. Pro Hydra just said he's got that guy working for him now. It's so disappointing when you have somebody where you're like, because in your brain you're like, man, this is it. Oh, this is gonna be great, and then they suck, and you're like, oh yeah, that's right. People suck. In my next life, I'm gonna work in a coal mine where I don't have to like talk to people. All I got to worry about is if my bird dies. That's what I'm gonna do. Anyway. Go check out WCO Nation, the Window Cleaning Podcast. It's awesome. At least that's what my mom says. But it is available anywhere podcasts are. You can go ahead and listen to that anywhere you find podcasts. If you find a place it's not, let me know. But it's also on YouTube. And then Tuesday and Thursdays, we do Shoot the Poo with Alex. Everybody knows Alex Lamborghinis from WCR. We talk too. So if you want to get in on all this live stuff, we're trying to do a lot of live content so we can get some good talking back and forth and I can meet people, then go check that out. It's super awesome. But either way, thanks for hanging out at the morning meeting, and we'll talk again in a couple days.